think about that too much.
Is it coming back to? And I know we keep asking this because it's been a long time since you played.
Yeah.
You may not feel that way because you've been out there and stuff, but actual game, lights are on, so to speak, and all that. Is it coming back to you, Frank? Gradually getting that, knocking that rust out?
Yeah, it's knocking rust out and just being with my teammates, going through my reads, and just the offense developing and coming out and learning the playbook. Putting it all into one piece, it's not going to rust off all in one, so it's not too bad as I thought.
You like the offense? I know there's been some tweaks. Obviously, we talked to Coach Castle and stuff, but do you like?
I love the offense. We really focus on getting the guys the ball who can make plays, and we go from there. And the O-line's doing great, the receivers and everybody just coming together as one, and then we have a pretty good offense.
So how do you evaluate the quarterback race at this point? Do you see yourself as having a step ahead, or where do you stand?
I really don't look into that. I just go out there and try to do my best every day, and everything else take care of itself.
Coach said it's still. He said you took a step today, but then so did the other guys, but you took a bigger step. But he said it's still premature, to say who'll be the starter. But as he gets closer here, he wants to shake it out, and of course the season opener is getting close. It's as the season opener gets closer and closer, I'm sure your stomach's they're gonna be butterflies doing somersaults in that stomach, right?
Yes, sir. Everyone, we're all thinking we're gonna be a starter. It's nothing personal. And at the end of the day, coach is going to make that decision, so we all go out there and we try to do our best and compete with one another. But like I said, it's not personal, and everything's going to take care of itself about what we do out on the field.
But you have to feel that way, right? Because or else what do you go out there and practice it for? You got to feel like you're going to be the starter. Like you said, nothing personal, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Frank, talk about being healthy for the first time in, one year and a half? 2 years, maybe?
Well, you got hurt in the spring of
May. I had surgery.
Of 18.
So probably a year and some change.
What's that journey been like for you?
It was a rough journey for me. I was down a lot. I really didn't show it. I was to myself. My parents were there for me, my brother, my sisters, my family, of course my teammates and my coaches, but I really didn't like to want nobody to think or feel sorry for me. So I really didn't try to dwell on it, but it was kind of hard for me. But now just being out here is a big blessing, and I don't take it for granted.
You got injured in high school after UTSA offered you, and they kind of stuck by you still. Did that mean a lot to you?
Well, the great thing is my mom had asked all the schools that if I was to get hurt, would they still honor my scholarship? And the thing was, Coach Suffolk was at that game when I got hurt, and it was a big blessing that they really honor my scholarship. And Coach Wilson and the other coaching staff, they didn't they didn't think of me any differently, and they never lost faith in me. So it was a big blessing that they still believed in me.
Do you feel like you kind of owe UTSA something to be able to show them that you're worth waiting this long for?
Yeah, I feel like I owe them something because they were committed to me this whole time when I wasn't able to play. So I feel like me giving back to them is going out there and playing at my full potential.
Frank, can you talk about just the challenge, that the offense faces? I mean, we talked to Coach Castle, of course, even Coach Wilson, and it's not sugarcoated. The offense last year finished dead last, and I guess total offense, scoring offense, all the major categories were at the bottom.
Yeah.
What's the feeling like, and how confident are you that I know this? I asked you this offseason. You said we got to have a little chip on our shoulder, so we're going to take care of it.
Yeah.
Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
We know how I felt last year. You come in the meeting room and you could just tell everybody was down, and no one likes losing. We don't come in here to lose. Right. We don't practice to lose. So it was a real hard spot for us. But at the end of the day, we try to come out and get better every day. So this year, we got a lot of leaders stepping up, and we know for a fact we're not going down that road again.
What's your relationship with Coach Castle like?
It's a pretty good one. Coach Castle, he has a good relationship with a lot of the players. He's more of he wants to know you outside of football, and he likes to know about your personal life and stuff. So me and him have a pretty good relationship.
What's your relationship like with Brendan? You guys were kind of rivals in high school. Now it's you two guys in the backfield. Is that kind of weird?
No, not really. Me and Brady really never had any beef outside of, even in high school. Me and him were pretty talked. I respected his game, and he respected mine. So we kind of always had a little relationship. And once we were recruiting him, and he was committed to Rice. They asked me if I could reach out to him and try to get him to flip, and I was like, oh, for sure. So I reached out to him, and once we got him, I knew we would be in good hands because he's a great back.
What does it say to have two of the more dynamic players in San Antonio in recent years come to the University of Texas at San Antonio? What does that say to kind of the rest of the recruits and stuff in the area?
Well, it's a great feeling, and just letting everybody know that you don't got to go to you don't got to go anywhere else. You can just stay home and be around your family. And me, I stay here. And Rashad Wisdom, he said that a real big reason why he stayed was because, you know, he's seen all of us staying. So, of course, we have big offers and other places to go, but this is home to us, and we don't want to leave our family.
Frank, how much do you interact with fans of the program, whether it's, you know, people you see on campus or social media? What are those interactions like for you?
I try to really talk to whoever just reaches out to me. I don't really go out my way, even though it sounds bad, but if you reach out to me or talk to me, I talk to whoever. It doesn't really matter. I can hold a conversation, but like I said, I don't really like to go out my way to talk because I don't know how they feel about that.
How much weight have you gained since you? What were your when you graduated from high school? How much did you weigh?
Coach Wilson said I weighed 178.
That's how much you weigh?
That's Coach Wilson told me.
What do you weigh now?
200.
Can you talk about just that, getting stronger, but also only you know about that, the grueling regimen of a rehab program where you're injured, you're not playing, and it's all up to you as to whether you're going to make it back. Tell me what drove you, what motivated you. I mean, I have an idea, but you tell me.
Well, I knew quitting has never been in me or my family. Once you start something, we're not gonna give up.
Right.
And I knew I wanted to play football. I loved the game of football, and I wanted to play in college. So when I got hurt, it was just it was just a little bump on the road. And I knew I was gonna come back and get better. So in the weight room, putting on weight, that was a main concern of mine and the coaches. So while I was hurt, I used that time to gain weight and develop as a quarterback in every aspect of my game. So now that I'm here, just got to keep applying it and put it on the field.
It's bad enough when you have one ACL injury, but then you came back, and did that make it doubly tough, mentally as well as physically?
Well, it was more mentally, just because I knew what to go through, and I don't wish that upon anybody. The ACL is a grueling injury. It messes with you mentally and physically. You got to learn how to walk and straighten the leg out again, and it's tough.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, it happens, and I mean, you can't dwell on it. And like I said, I always say God does everything for a reason, and I feel like He gave me that challenge for a reason, and I'm gonna bounce back from it.
So you saw when Klay Thompson went down in the finals, you could relate to that, right?
Oh yeah, like I said, I don't wish that up on anybody. So when I seen it happen, I felt for him, and it's the worst thing, especially if you already had an ACL tear. Once you see somebody do it, it's like y'all got a personal connection because you know what they're going through, and it's the worst.
Frank, you talked about the fans and, you know, your interaction with them. Do the players see any of kind of the noise outside of the program, or do you guys feel any of the pressure to try and have a good season this season to turn around that 3-1 season last year?
Like Coach Wilson always says, it's all about us. We love the fans, we appreciate the fans, but when it comes to all that extra noise and pressure, we really tune that out. And at the end of the day, we're all we got, and that's all we need. And we're one big family, and we could care less what someone has to say, but we do appreciate all the fans, and we love the support that we get from them. But when it comes to stuff like that, we like to stay with our one family.
There are a lot of people, though, who are excited to see what you personally have to offer at the quarterback position. Have you caught that vibe at all? How do you feel about that?
Like I said, I really don't get in too much into that. I know some people who want to see me play just because I haven't played in a long time, but it's really not about me. It's about my teammates and my whole team. And I think offensively we have a great team, and defensively as well. And I just think this year we're just gonna have a great team all together, and we're just gonna go as a whole, not just as me.
What's Frank Harris like off the field? What kind of things do you do non-football? It's all football.
No, it's not all football.
No?
I just like to hang out. I play around all the time. You can ask the guys. I mess with all my teammates. They get annoyed of me, but that's just how I am. I love having fun, and I play the game, and that's really it.
Somebody told me you like to play soccer on video.
Who said that?
What I heard.
That's my favorite game. I love playing FIFA.
Really?
Yeah,
FIFA?
I got it. Even during fall camp, I got to give me at least 1 or 2 games in
Did you
every
play
day.
soccer as a kid when you were growing
No,
up?
I've never played soccer as a kid. I
You
just
like
started
it?
playing
You
FIFA. Yeah, that's crazy. So I play FIFA all the time, and that's really like the only game I ever play. And I just hang out on my free time, and I don't really do too much.
You said you get on the guys. Do you do pranks, or is it just like jokes here and there?
Probably a little bit of both. I just like messing with the guys to keep them going. I mean, we're doing fall camp. I know it's grueling, and it can get a little boring at times, and people could get down. So I just like to go mess with everybody, and everybody knows I'm gonna mess with them. So they all kind of bully me, like as one, like they all gang up on me. But I mean, it's all out of love, and I love all my teammates, and it's a great relationship that I have with them.
Anything you remember doing, maybe that you were proud of, got a good reaction out of the group?
Nah, I go up to all of them and like hit them right here, all my teammates, and they hate it. So like every time they see me, like they always like this or something. But I do it to all my teammates. It's just, I don't know. I guess I done it and they don't like it, so I just keep doing it just to mess with them. So I just do it just to joke around with them and to get a good laugh for myself.
Frank, the ability that you have to extend plays, as they say,
Yeah.
you know, with your feet, and then never give up. It's a pass play, never give up on the throw and all. Have you done that ever since when did you start playing football? How old were you?
I started playing football when I was 5 years old.
So you came up, and were you born were you a San Antonio native?
Yes, sir.
So you went to, what leagues did you play in coming
I
up?
played in Najam, and I played in Taifa.
Okay.
And then, of course, I went to Judson
Were
Middle School.
you a quarterback when you were a
Yeah,
kid?
well, I played receiver, I played defense, and then I went up. I played quarterback, and I just love the quarterback position. You just
When did you start that? How old were you when you started playing?
quarterback.
In organized football.
I started playing organized football when I was 5. I started playing quarterback when I was 6.
6.
Yeah, flag football.
And did you always have that ability, even when you grew older? I mean, when you were in elementary, then middle school. You know, did you have that ability that's kind of?
Yeah, I was blessed with that ability to run, and I just knew I had to work on my passing game just growing up because I knew I could run the ball pretty well, and just developing as a quarterback and throwing the ball because I knew a lot of schools went on to switch my position because I could run the ball so well.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to show that I could play quarterback and throw the ball just as well as anybody else. So just throwing the ball and getting my accurate right and efficiency and everything else. So that's really what I worked on and developing more as a quarterback.
Cool.
All right,
Thank you,
Frank,
man.
that's
Appreciate it.